everyone, welcome to another episode of Comic Book Corner, and this is your host, Spider Slayer. That's right, guys, getting ready to do another comic book review, and I'm sure this one's been done around the world by everybody, and this issue is Avengers vs. X-Men issue number 0. I am sure everybody is so excited about this particular series that is coming out actually tomorrow when I'm recording this video, and by the time it's uploaded, it's Monday. So they're doing an early release at your local comic book stores on Tuesday at 8 p.m. So by the time this book is released, you're only one day, by the time this review is up, you're only one day away from the series actually starting and all the craziness that surrounds this whole event that's been in the works for a long time, and people have been waiting for a long time, and there's a lot of stuff that's going to go on, but this issue, the number 0 issue, was very enjoyable. I liked it, and I don't read a single Avengers, or I'm sorry, I do read Avengers every once in a while, but I don't read a single X-Men book at all anymore just because of everything that's going on. But after reading this issue, I find myself wanting to read at least Generation Hope. I feel that Hope is a pretty strong character. I'm interested to see what she is about, and the Scarlet Witch, I do like her as a character. She's pretty, she's strong. It looks like this whole series is going to be interesting. We'll wait to see. But with that being said, I'm going to show you some interior art so you can see it better than the pages that I show you. But this book obviously focuses on the Scarlet Witch, which here's a pic here. It focuses on her, and this one's a little bit of a wide picture, so here's a better picture from the actual book. Here's a picture from the book. So it focuses on Scarlet Witch. This is the actual artwork in the book, and the art in this book was done by Frank Cho. It was excellent. The artwork in this book is excellent, and the writer is Michael Bendis, and from the Scarlet Witch story, and Jason Aaron was the one who did the Hope story. So as you can see, that Scarlet Witch was featured in the first story, and in the second story is Hope. So we can see that she is featured in the second half of the story. Really good opening pages here with Scarlet Witch trying to do battle against MODOK. MODOK is all weird these days. He's got like spider legs, and he's doing all this crazy mechanical crazy crap, but this was a fun part of the story to read, to see Scarlet Witch in action and her doing battle against MODOK. So here's an actual page from it. I like this part of the book. And then probably a lot of us have already seen this page before in the ton of previews that we've had, and this was the last page of one of the previews that they have showed. But obviously Hope is pissed off at Cyclops at this point because he's keeping her from doing what she wants to do, and she kind of uses his own blast to kind of fry his ass. So that was towards the end of the second story of the book, but I wanted to show you guys some of that actual artwork close up so you can really appreciate that part of the book. But we can see here that now that we'll kind of do a little walkthrough, that Scarlet Witch does this battle, and it's good here, going back a little bit here, the introduction, like the prologue here of these two characters was nice. I like that. Being that I'm not a familiar reader these Avengers and X-Men. I'm not current on them, as if you can say. I know a lot about them in the past because I used to read them all the time. Excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. No phone call there. But again, I like the little prologue that they had in this whole thing. Scarlet Witch, Avenger, Hope Summers, X-Men, and she is obviously called the Mutant Messiah, and Scarlet Witch is the daughter of Magneto, and she basically used her, endangered the mutant species with 3 words, and Hope Summers is the one that is destined to save the entire mutant race. I love this artwork here of Hope. She really looks like a strong character here to fucking try to do some battle here. But as the issue goes along, we can see that MODOK is just, him and his little cronies are causing havoc across the city, and we can see that here in these opening pages. And MODOK is bald; he doesn't have hair anymore, but he looks pretty awesome in the book. And here comes Scarlet Witch, and she's just basically saying surrender. Again, I'm going to say that she looks quite nice in this book. The action sequences and the paneling in this book was really nice to see. A lot of bright colors. This was probably my favorite page in the book. This is what I showed you before. This was just awesome. And she kind of just, starts taking care of them, and then all of a sudden we have Miss Marvel, Spider-Woman's coming in there, and they're coming in to help save the day, and busting some MODOK ass in there. So it was nice to see Miss Marvel. I haven't seen her in a while. I haven't read any of her books in a long time, so it was good to see. But after this whole battling issue, Miss Marvel is just basically saying, come to the Avengers Mansion, it'll be good for you, and after everything that Scarlet Witch has done, she's just like, I don't know, I don't think it's a good idea, and she's obviously in great pain about the whole situation. She really doesn't want to go, but she gets the convincing. She eventually goes to the Avengers Mansion, and Miss Marvel is excited about it, and all of a sudden we see Vision coming through the door, and he's just so cold about the whole thing. He's just like, what are you doing here? And you can see, how upset Scarlet Witch is, and, he's just saying, I have empathy for this, I have empathy for that, and he goes, but out of the million choices that you've done, why did you do this choice? You shouldn't have done this. And so he basically tells her to leave, and you can see in this one page, which was done beautifully, that it's just such an awkward moment because all the Avengers are just sitting here and like, oh, awkward moment, and we can see that Scarlet Witch just feels isolated and all by herself, wrapped in her cape and things like that, and she's just dying, and she's crying about the whole thing, and Miss Marvel, carries her off. But in the end, as Iron Man, was talking to him, saying, was that a little rough, their Vision? And we can see that Vision has feelings too. He was walking off as, cold-hearted or have no emotion, but we can see him here that he is showing the tears, that, the emotions that he's experiencing. And that's how that part of the story ends. And in this next part of the story, we focus a little bit more here on Hope, and all this part of the story is Scott or Cyclops, basically wanting to control Hope. She wants to go out. She's trying to save people, stop danger from happening. And Cyclops is basically telling them, you know what? Stop taking my jetpack. You can't go. And she's like, you know what? You keep telling me I can't do this, I can't do that, you can't protect me forever. And she's having this whole long conversation with Cyclops. And she's like, you tell me I'm the one, but what is it? And he just basically can't explain what she is and what the mutant messiah means. But she does know more than what she realizes, because she knows that the Phoenix is coming, and you know, she's saying that she's going to be prepared for it, and if it comes to me, well, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And you know, again, he tries to stop her, and she's just like, you know what, you can't stop me, don't do it. And you can see that the optic blast is starting to come, and she just, boom, just freaking zaps him. She should have killed him, you know. And that's it. And he goes, well, that could have probably gone better. And that's the end of that particular part. And as she goes, she zips through with her jetpack, and she comes across the snake group, which is, oh, I forgot what their name is. I just can't, I forgot the group's name. But they're a bunch of snake people, and you know, she sees that there's danger going on. There's the cops there, and this is a cool page right here. And she comes across them, and she basically handles them like they're nothing. And I guess that character's name was Bushmaster, and they're just trying to get into the safe, all these snake people, and they're trying to stop her. We can see that right there. That's a nice little page, and she's fighting this little you know, python chick lady here, and she's wrapping around them. And what she does is she does these cool headbutts, and she goes, oh, why do people do headbutts when, you know, they hurt them just as much? But she just keeps on doing it, you know, headbutt after headbutt after headbutt after headbutt, and she just basically passes out. Later on, she absorbs more power, and she gets as big as this dude here, and she just is taking care of the situation. But then all of a sudden we get Cyclops screaming hope, and Emma Frost is coming in the whole thing, and he's just saying, you know what, that's enough. And then you know, Hope is like, yeah, well, you know, I guess you're right. And you know, she sees that she's got blood in her hands, and you know, Emma saying, you know, she's got a lot of pressure for a little kid, and you know, saying that she hopes she can handle it, and she could perhaps kill us all. And we see Hope going back to Utopia, just washing her hands, looking up into the sky. We're looking up past the Earth. We're looking past the Earth. We're looking past the Earth here. And then we go out of the galaxy, and we can see the Phoenix is starting to come. And that is the end of the issue. And so I found this issue pretty good. I liked the story. I liked both stories. They were really good. It's just driving me crazy that I can't remember this. Oh, Serpent Society. That's who it was. Hope was fighting the Serpent Society. So I liked how she was battling them. The stories were equally pretty much as good. I think I liked the first story more because I never really saw that part of the book before. But I'm highly excited about Avengers vs. X-Men #1. And I have a question for you guys. Since I am not reading any X-Men titles, I don't want to read all of them because there's like thousands of them, and they're all like $4 a piece. Is there a one that someone can suggest for me to read? I know that a lot of you say Wolverine, the new Wolverine and his series is good, and then I'm interested in Hope's character. Is her series going to continue after this series goes on? I'm not sure, but I would like to read that series as well. So if you guys can tell me, you know, anything about that series, and if it's good, if it's worth me checking out, just let me know. And also tell me your thoughts on this book, and if you guys obviously are excited about the upcoming series. So that is it for this review. This was a great book. Again, let it begin, guys. Am I right? So this is Spider Slayer signing off, and until the next comic book review, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner. Take care, guys. Bye.